Hi, this is Barbara Simon. This is a little video for those of you who are going to take my mini Maltese workshop in Denver in October. You should have gotten one of these sheets from the metalworking school about doing some homework. This is to help us save a little time, also to get you thinking about what you want to do, because this process is going to be a little bit complex and we don't have the luxury of working a half a day on designing. So if we could get a little bit done beforehand in your heads, even on paper. Certainly you don't have to make anything out of clay, but just keep these things in mind. The first thing on the sheet talks about keeping the scale small, between 1.5 inches, and maybe you could go 2 inches, but you don't have to go to extremes. Here is an example of a tiny mini Maltese cross, and as you can see, it's a little bit over an inch. Remember that when you do these, this one's already fired. Whatever you add to it as far as as far as beads are concerned, is going to increase the dimension quite a bit. I can't hold these on here all at the same time, but you can see how adding these beads would really make a difference. So it doesn't have to be really large to begin with, just the core of it. And here's another finished piece. Again, the initial core of this is 1.25 inches, but it's the addition of the pearls, or sorry, it's 1.5 inches, but with the addition of the pearls, you've added another inch, so it doesn't have to be really large. So keep within that 1.5 inches measurement. We're going to start with either a lentil, little baby lentil, or a sphere, and you can see I've got an example of this one, which is a sphere, and this guy, which starts with a lentil. You have a little more narrow profile, and then you're going to have 4 arms coming out. In this case, the arms are cylinders. In this case, the arms are cones, and you can go either way. And if you want to think about adding anything else, there could be something in between here, as you see in this finished piece. We have, these are cylinders here, and then I added tiny small cylinders to be in between the 4 arms. So you can get a little complex that way. This one has just some little kind of a little wire and a ball on the end of it, but the main arms are some cone shapes. You also want to think about any kind of decoration, surface decoration that's going to go on here. This started with a sphere, and then I used a syringe to make the decoration on here. You don't have to use the syringe if you're not familiar using it. There could be additions and appliques, etc. The sky is the limit as far as what you want to do to decorate the surface. You can vary the cone shapes. For instance, these are little tiny cones. In other words, this is a sphere, but you certainly could have put a cone on there as well, or instead of it. And we're going to be making these additions on the arms hollow because we're going to be sticking things through here in order to adhere the pearls or adhere the beads that we're going to use. So I encourage you to play and play and play. Paper and pencil. If you want to make little paper models, you can. See what you can come up with. It doesn't have to be a masterpiece. We just need something to start with at the beginning of the class. And it just gives you a little bit of a head start on the designing process. Of course, during the beginning of the workshop, I'm going to help you with that. We're going to work with the design process just to see what we can come up with. It also might be helpful to Google Maltese cross jewelry on the web, and you'll see all kinds of wonderful variations of this. So I look forward to seeing you in October. Please have fun and play with this.